So guys, we all have our roles in the family, whether it's the peacemaker, the golden child, the rebel, you know, the black sheep. Curious what your roles were growing up.
I have always been the peacemaker in my family. Yeah, so I have, I've had to fly in and sit the family down and say, okay, let's hear from this side. Now this side gets to speak. This side gets to speak. So I've always been the one in the middle, so sort of, keeping peace.
It's interesting. My dad had a first marriage, and he had two daughters from that, and then I'm my mother's only child in his second marriage. So I was always the baby of the family, and I played this weird role where, like, with my parents, it was comfortable. I wouldn't say very much because I think we always had this weird knowledge of what the other one was thinking. But then when my sisters would come into the situation, I would just immediately be like silent and like not know what to say and just like sit in the corner and you know, I know it sounds bad. I love them. Like we get along really well. And it was really interesting when I was one-on-one with my sisters. It was like amazing. It was beautiful, and like they were like half mother, half sister, half best friend. Like it was perfect. But for some reason, when everyone got in the room together, I just was terrified of.
Like everybody else was taking up the room.
Yeah.
So you were just like watching.
Yeah, I was watching and taking notes.
Clearly.
Just kidding.
No, you're not.
Well, the tagline, or one of the taglines for Cold Turkey, is something like, despite our best efforts, we eventually turn into our parents.
Right.
And, you know, in this day of, new age and self-help books and everybody's sort of working on their inner selves, how does that still happen?
Great question.
Because, I think we've all been there, and then we catch ourselves like, oh my gosh, that's what so-and-so used to say.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, self-help's okay, but I think biology is more powerful. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think you're a product of the situation in which you were raised, but it's brain chemistry. Like you really do, your brain is this incredible combination of your two parents, and you can't avoid that. You can't fake that.
And you can't really undo. You can't undo years and years of. I mean, I'm a parent now, and I find myself, I said to my daughter the other day, I don't want you up on the roof because I don't feel like spending the day in the emergency room. So it's like, not only am I not saying I'm worried about your safety, it's really about I don't want to waste my time in the emergency room. And I remember when my mom, when I was little, I was like, that's so selfish of you. You don't want to spend the day in the emergency room. What about me? I'd like to be on the roof. But now it's like flipped, and I understand it, and it is a long, I don't know how many trips you've had to the emergency room. It's a long day, and it's inconvenient. So I find myself saying the same things that my mom said.